welcome to Yankee Stadium in the Bronx, New York, where tonight it is the 1976 Stratomatic Saturday game of the week as it's the Kansas City Royals taking on the New York Yankees. Hello everybody, this is your Sports Time Machine bringing you a 1976 Stratomatic game of the week Saturday style, and then we'll be with you the Monday night after with another exciting game. That game will be we'll see what game that will be when we look in our crystal ball at the end of tonight's game. But today, it will be the 7-2 New York Yankees take on the 5-3 Kansas City Royals. This Yankee team, managed by Billy Martin, is starting to look good. You can see Billy Martin's philosophy on this team really making headways. Let's look at the pitching matchups for today's game. For the Kansas City Royals, it'll be Steve Busby, and for the New York Yankees, it'll be Ed Figueroa. Let's take you down the game time, as we'll take you to the umpires and today's weather. As right now, today's weather is starting a little choppy out there, about 57 degrees, cloudy with some rain. So we'll try to get this game in. If not, we'll have some backup baseball for you. The umpires, when they get on the field, will be Jim Evans behind the plate, Joe Brinkman at first, Greg Kosk at second, and Nestor Shylock is your third base umpire. As the New York Yankees take the field, in left field will be Roy White, and center will be Mickey Rivers. Right fielder will be Oscar Gamble. At third base will be Craig Nettles. Shortstop will be Jim Mason. Second baseman is Willie Randolph, and the first baseman is Chris Chambliss. Behind the plate is the captain Thurman Munson, and on the mound is Ed Figueroa, making his third start of the year. He's 1-0 with a 4.11 ERA, 14 hits in 15 innings, 11 walks and 8 strikeouts. That will have to change. And he's given up 2 gopher balls. Let's take a look at Figueroa's stats underneath the hood, as we say here. And we'll take a look at Figueroa's numbers. So Figueroa pitched 6 innings in his first start, 7 innings, 6 hits, 7 hits, 6 runs, 6 earned, no decision. And then he came back on the 17th this month, went a perfect 9 innings, 7 hits, 1 run was earned, and he got the victory, striking out 5 and walking 3. So Figueroa coming off a strong start, pitching in this Saturday afternoon affair versus the Kansas City Royals. Let's take a look at your Kansas City Royal lineup, and here it is as the Royal manager Dick Hauser brings the Royal lineup to the mound. Jim Wolford will lead off. He's in left field, followed by Amos Otis in center. George Brett, one of the finer young third basemen, is batting third. John Mayberry's at first. Hal McRae's your DH. Al Cowan's in right. Fran Healy behind the plate. Freddie Patek at short. Young Frank White at second. And on the mound is Steve Busby. Well, we have the Yankees all set. We're all set for baseball. Let's get the first pitch as Ed Figueroa is waiting to pitch to Jim Wolford. Let's do this from New York. So Wolford will lead off. He's hitting 227, double, triple, and 2 runs batted in. Figueroa, the right-hander, looks in. Here's the pitch to Wolford, and that will be a 1-3. That's a pop up to short. Mason is there. He'll wait for it to come down and make the catch for the first out. So Wolford retired. He's 0 for 1. Batting for the Kansas City Royals will be center fielder Amos Otis. Been up 40 times on the young season, 2 doubles, a homer, 6 RBIs, hitting 275. Something to think about with this Royal lineup is their speed. They will run at will on you, and that could be a definite possibility here. Munson does have a good arm. It should limit some of it, but they know they can run on him. So let's see what happens. Otis, again, fine-looking center fielder. Munson behind the plate sets the target for Figueroa. Figueroa, the Puerto Rican right-hander, with the pitch to Amos Otis. 2-7, struck him out, 2 outs. And getting a very loud booing is Mr. George Brett. He's hitting .439 on the young season. 6 doubles, a triple, home run, and 8 runs batted. And he's also given the Royals 8 stolen bases. So he's really been a menace on the base pass early on. Here's Brett, third baseman. Munson behind the plate. Figueroa looks in, and here's the pitch to Brett. 6-8 fly ball center field. Rivers should get this one. He'll come down with it and make the catch, and that will do it for the Royals in the first. Royals go 3 up, 3 down. Let's head to the bottom of the first inning here in New York. Kansas City nothing, and the Yanks coming up the bat. Let's take a look at the New York Yankee lineup as prepared by Billy Martin. We're going to take a look at that. Mickey Rivers in center leading off. Roy White in left batting second. The captain, Thurman Munson, batting third behind the plate. Chris Chambliss is your first baseman. Oscar Gamble's in right, batting fifth. Lou Piniella is your designated hitter. Batting seventh, the third baseman is Craig Nettles. Batting eighth, the second baseman, Willie Randolph. Batting ninth, the shortstop is Jim Mason. Again, the pitcher for Kansas City today is Steve Busby. Let's take a look at Mr. Busby behind, as they say, underneath the hood today and see what kind of numbers he has given the Royals so far. He's 1-0 with a 3.60 ERA, 4 hits in 5 innings of work, 5 walks and 2 strikeouts. So he doesn't give the Royals a lot of innings, so we'll see how much he can give them today on a cool New York afternoon. Royals defenses, Wolford, Otis, Cowens, all really good. Then he got Brett, Patek, White, Mayberry, all good. Healy behind the plate, and Busby on the mound. So here's Mick. Mick hitting .292, 4 doubles, 9 RBIs. Leads the Yankees in stolen bases, I'm assuming, with 7. Healy puts the sign down. Busby looking in from the full windup, and here's the pitch to Mick. 2-5, ground ball to first. Mayberry's got it. Waits for Busby, pitches it to him, and makes the play. So call that a 3-1 play, and now here is the left fielder switch hitter Roy White hitting .263, a double home run and 5 runs batted in, has given the Yankees 10 walks so far, so he's been on base quite a bit. Healy behind the plate sets the target. Busby looks in, gets the windup. Here's the pitch to White. 2-6, ground ball to second. Frank White's got it. He'll make the play and throws him out for out number 2. So the Royals getting balls hit on the ground, and now here's a catcher, Thurman Munson. Munson so far on the year, .349 average, 43 at-bats, a home run, 13 runs batted in. So he's spraying the ball over the place, not much power, only 1 extra base hit. Healy sets the target. Busby, the right-hander. Here's the pitch to Munson. And Munson with a drive, a base hit in the gap left field. So Munson's on. That's a big hit for Thurman. And now here's the first baseman, Chris Chambliss. Hit .350, 40 at-bats, 3 homers, and 11 runs batted in. So Munson's on base, not much of a threat. Mayberry will hold them, and now we'll open up the hole between first and second. Healy puts down the sign. Busby from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Chambliss. 2-6, base hit right field. Cowens comes up with it. He has a gun. Munson will stop at second. Cowens gets the ball into White, and the Yankees got a 2-out rally with 2 on. And now here's the man with the big afro, Oscar Gamble, .250, 24 at-bats, 2 doubles, 2 homers, 4 RBIs on the young season. 2 on, 2 out. Gamble looking to get a big hit here in the first. Healy sets the target. Busby from the stretch. 2 on, 2 out. Pitch to Gamble. A base hit. That's down the line. Base hit for Gamble. That will go to the wall. Munson will round third. He'll score without a problem. Chambliss will go to third. He will stay right there. And the Yankees take a 1-0 lead. So an RBI 2-out double for Gamble. And here's a designated hitter, Lou Piniella, hitting .345, 29 at-bats, a double and 7 RBIs. Yanks take a quick 1-0 lead here in the first. Healy sets the target. Busby working from the stretch. Chambliss to take aggressive lead off third. Here's a pitch to Piniella. 1-3 fly ball to center field. Otis is there. He's a sure bet out there. Comes in and makes the catch. And the Yankees will strand 2 in the bottom of the first inning. But they get a run on 3 hits. We played 1-0 New York. So top of the second here. This is Major League Baseball's game of the week for a Saturday afternoon. It will be Mayberry, McRae, and Cowens. That's left, right, right. The hit against the right-hander, Ed Figueroa. Mayberry, 36 at-bats, 2 doubles, a triple, and 4 runs batted in. Always good power with Big John. Munson puts the sign down. Figueroa looks in. Here is the full right-hander. 2-8 ground ball to first, perfectly pitched to Mayberry. Chambliss has got it, waves off Figueroa, takes it himself, and that is out number 1. So now here is Hal McRae. He's now the everyday DH on this team. 39 at bats, a double, 2 RBIs, struggling with the bat, 231 average. That should change. McRae is a professional hitter, came up in the Cincinnati Red organization. Munson sets the target. Figueroa, the full windup. Here is the pitch to McRae. 2-4, ground ball to third. Nettles got it. He waits, throws a strike to Chambliss, and there's 2 outs. Here's the third baseman, Al Cowan, struggling with the bat so far, only hitting .220, 4 doubles, and 3 runs batted in. Cowan's a right-handed batter, supreme defensive player with a great arm. If he gets his batting together, this will be a definite major hitter in this Royal lineup. Munson sets the target. Figueroa looks in. Here's the full windup by the Puerto Rican right-hander, 110. Ground ball to short. Mason's got it. Makes an easy throw to Chambliss, and the Royals go 1-2-3. Let's head to the bottom of the second. It is 1-0 Yanks. So for the Yanks, it'll be Nettles, Randolph, and Mason. Here's Nettles. He's hitting .378. Excellent start of the year. 5 doubles, 3 homers, 15 runs batted in. He is off to a quick start. Nettles' big left-handed stick on this team came over from the Indians and Twins, and along with Chambliss has made a huge contribution to this Yankee lineup. Healy sets the target. Busby looks in. Here's a windup to Nettles. That's a 5-6 line drive. Frank White with a note. That's going to be Matic with it. Throws him out for the first out. So now here's the youngster, Willie Randolph. They got him in the Pittsburgh Pirate trade. He's been up 37 times, a double, 2 RBIs, hitting a lofty .351. Has given the Yankees 11 stolen bases. So Yankees getting dividends from this young kid. He's actually a Brooklyn local product. So when the Yankees got him, he returns home. Healy puts down the target. Busby, the right-hander, 1 out in the second. Pitch to Randolph. 6 line drive. Nothing doing there. That's Frank White. Makes a nice play. Goes to Mayberry for out number 2. So now here is Jim Mason, light-hitting shortstop, hitting .231. A double and 4 runs batted in. Mason bats left-handed, likes right-handed pitching. This is a good move for Martin here. Healy sets the target. Busby looks in. Here's the pitch to Mason. 4-10. That is not going to be there. Fly ball to center field. Otis will camp under this one. He waits, makes the catch, and we play 2 here in New York. It's New York 1, Royals nothing. Top of the third, Royals will send up Healy, Matic, and White against Figueroa here in the third, and Figueroa has looked very impressive. At the end of the third inning, we'll have our out-of-town scoreboard for this Saturday afternoon's games. Munson sets the target. Figueroa looks in. Here's the wind-up to Healy. 2-6 struck. Healy out, 1 away. So Healy, not much there. Here's Freddie Matic, the shortstop. 51 stolen bases on the season with 76. So it's a good year for Freddie. Been up 30 times, 3 doubles, a homer, 5 RBIs, hitting a monster 400. So he's getting the bat on the ball. He has no walks. He's also collected 4 stolen bases. Munson sets the target. Figueroa looks in. Here's the windup by Figueroa to Matic. 5-9, ground ball to second. Randolph's got it, waits, and throws a strike to Chambliss, and that is 2 outs. So now here's the young second baseman, Mr. Frank White, hitting 230 at-bats, 3 doubles, 6 runs batted in. He's got a crisp glove. They say in spring training he's going to be their second baseman for a long time. If he can hit, that would make him almost one of the finer second basemen in baseball, and he's already in the top of the American League East, top half of the second baseman's already, and he's just getting in baseball. Munson puts down the target. Figueroa looks in. Here's the pitch to White. White with a 4-6 and draws the walk. So White is on. He's got speed. And now here's the leadoff hitter, Jim Wolford. He popped up his first time up. White to steal would be a 1-11 if he wants to go. We'll see if he can. Munson sets the target. Figueroa from the stretch. Let's see if they get a good pitch here from Munson to throw. Here's the pitch to Wolford. He'll swing away. 2-10. He popped it straight up. Mason is there. White was going on the pitch with 2 outs. Makes the catch. And the Royals are done in the third. No runs, a walk, and 1 man left. We go to the bottom of the third. It is 1-0 New York. So for the Yankees, they'll send up the top of the lineup. Rivers, White, and Munson. That's a switch. That is a lefty switch and righty against a right-hander, Steve Busby. Healy puts down the sign. Busby, the right-hander. Here's the pitch to Rivers. And that'll be a 5-8 ground ball to second. Rivers just misses. White's going to get this. He goes to left and throws him out. There's the slick fielding Frank White. That's 1 out here in the third inning. And now here's Frank, and here is Roy White, grounded out. He's a switch hitting, batting from the left-hand side. He's been with the Yankees from the lean times in the early 70s. And we've talked to Roy in spring training. They think this might be the year the Yankees will have something going. They actually played pretty challenging. Again, this is the first year playing at this new great ballpark in the Bronx after all the years at the famed Ruth, the Plowstat Ruth built. This is Yankee Stadium number 2. Healy puts down the sign. Busby, the right-handed, a switch-hitting White, and the pitch. That'll be a 2-10. That's a ground ball to second. White gets in front of it, waits, throws a strike to Mayberry for 2 outs. Here's the catcher, Thurman Munson, singled his first time up, so his hot bat continues for this Yankee team. Healy puts down the sign. Busby looks in. Here's the full windup to Munson. That's a 5-7. Got the inside corner, and Munson not happy about that one. He's the catcher. I'm sure him and the home plate umpire will go over some pleasantries when it's over. We played 3 here in the ballpark. It's 1-0 New York. So top of the fourth. And now the Royals still looking for their first base hit of the ball game. The Yankees 1 run on 3 hits. Otis will be followed by Brett and Mayberry. And that'll be righty, lefty, lefty against Figueroa. Figueroa does pitch a little bit better against righties, so we'll see if Figueroa has some problems against this part of the Royal lineup. Munson puts down a sign. As we promised, the out-of-town scoreboard. Let's go over that with you. Padres over the Cardinals 3-1. Pirates all over San Francisco 6-1. Oakland and Cleveland are tied at 1, while Texas leads Detroit by a score of 5-2. Baltimore over Minnesota 4-2. Cincinnati, Montreal at 3-3. Philadelphia leads Atlanta 3-1, while Montreal leads New York 2-0. Cubs lead the Dodgers by the score of 4-2. Again, this is off the entire scoreboard in a simulation type as you're getting the early and late game schedule. So here's the fourth. Royals still looking for their first hit. Figueroa's looked good so far. He's only walked a couple. Munson puts down the target. Figueroa with a full windup. Here's the pitch to Otis. And that's a fly ball in the left field. That will be Roy White. Comes over and makes the catch, and that is the first out. So Figueroa kind of gets a little bit of a break there. White broke to the right and made a nice play. Here's Brett. He flied out his first time up. He's a guy you want to stay off these base paths. Munson puts down the sign. Figueroa looks in. He's tough to get out more than once. Let's see if they pitch to him. 4-7, and Brett draws the walk. And okay, Figueroa kind of walks off the mound there for a minute. Munson and the home plate umpire having a word. And now here's the left-handed pole hitter, John Mayberry. He grounded out his first time up, struggling with the bat so far. Munson sets the target. Mayberry doesn't run well, so a double play could be in his offering if he hits the ball on the ground. Figueroa working for the stretch, I believe only for the second time today. And the pitch from Figueroa. That's a 3-12, and Mayberry will hit a monster shot to the opposite field. White was not playing him there. That will go off the wall. We'll see if they score bread on this. I bet they do. White does not have a good arm at all. We'll see what happens. Here comes a throw home, and he is out. Oh, what a play by White. He throws an absolute cannon to Mason, who relays it, gets it to Munson. I mean, he stayed right there for Brett, who collided right into him. Munson pushes Brett off, and he almost had a fight right there. These teams do not like one another, and you're noticing that as Brett was thrown out. Chuck Hiller was trying to be aggressive and sent Brett all the way. I mean, he should. White is a +3 arm. Brett was a 15 running, and you got the 19 on the 20 sided. So he was thrown out. You can score that one 7-6-2. Munson right in front of the plate had it blocked off, and Brett could not find the plate. And you can tell Brett was not happy whatsoever. Runner on second, 2 out, first hit for Kansas City. Munson sets the target. Figueroa from the stretch. Runner on second and 2 out. Here's the pitch to McCray. That will be a line drive in the gap. That will score the run very easily. Mayberry's going to trot home. White will get it on the bounce. McCray should end up on second with the double. And this one will be tied at 1. So the Kansas City Royals now with back-to-back doubles tie this game up. So Mayberry scores without a throw. McCray's on second right now with 2 outs. And now here's the right fielder, Al Cowens. So Figueroa has had the ball over the plate twice. He gave a 3-12 to Mayberry that turned into a double. And then that was just in the perfect part of the zone. So Figueroa getting behind here. Munson puts the sign down. Figueroa from the stretch. Runner on second, 2 out, 1-1 is your score. 6-10, fly ball center. Let's see if Mick can get to this. Rivers is going to have to camp in under it. Does he get a good jump on it? He's going to have to come. He's going to come hard. Does he make the catch? Lays out the glove and makes the catch. Good catch by Rivers. The Royals do add 1 on 2 hits. We played 3.5, and this game is tied at 1. So now it's Chambliss, Gamble, and Piniella for the Yanks. Left, right. The bat against the Royals and Steve Busby still out there here in the 4th inning. He's not going to be out there long. The Royals do have their bullpen starting to loosen up. Let's take a look at this Royal pitching staff. They did play last night. Looks like they're fully capable of going out there today. And they do got a full rotation. Looks like Marty Patton was probably used last night, so you're probably not going to see him again. But they do have Mark Littell, Steve Mangori, Bob McClure, Ray Sadecki, and let's see if they got Doug Bird. Doug Bird was a starter, so you're probably not going to see Bird out there. But the Royals do have some extra pitchers, so they do got a loaded bullpen, and one of the better ones, especially Littell and Mangori, your left-right combination. It's a 1-1 tie, 4th inning here. Healy puts down the sign. Busby, the right-handed starter. Here's the pitch to Chambliss. And that is a line drive caught. Oh, that is caught by Patek, who lays out and makes a nice play. 1 out here in the 4th, and here's Gamble. He's 1 for 1 with a double and an RBI. Healy puts down the sign. Busby looks in. Here's the pitch to Oscar Gamble. 4-4, fly ball center. Unlike Rivers, this should be caught. This should be caught without a problem. Otis waits for it, puts the glove out, and snares it for the 2nd out, I believe it is. 2 outs. Now here's a designated hitter, former Kansas City Royal, Lou Piniella. So 2 outs for Sweet Lou. 30 at-bats. He's hitting .333, a double, and 7 ribbies. Healy puts down the target. Busby looks in. 2 outs in the 4th. The pitch to Lou. And that's going to be a 3-5 fly ball into center. Otis will get this. This will be no problem. This is literally a can of corn. Otis makes the catch, and the Yankees go 1-2-3. Let's head to the 5th. It is a 1-1 score. Kansas City, 1 run on 2 hits. The Yanks, 1 run on 3 hits. So 1-1 score here in the 5th. Healy will be followed by Patek and White against the right-handed hurler, Ed Figueroa. 260 innings out of Ed, so he figures he can go a long ways today. Yankees do have a very deep bullpen, including a left-hander by the name of Sparky Lyle, who has been known when needed to go a long ways out there as a pitcher. He's a 2 reliever, but boy, he can give you a ton of innings, 104 on the season. So we'll see how the Yankees utilize Sparky today. He's usually their closer, but he also can go a long distance. Munson sets the target. Figueroa, the righty. Here's the pitch to Fran Healy. Healy on a 4-5 hits a bullet to Willie Randolph. Randolph was right there, one away. He was there at the right spot, one out here in the 5th. And now here's Freddie Patek. Patek so far grounded out his first time up. Again, he gets on a lot, doesn't walk, but he does steal some bases. Munson sets the target. Figueroa, the Puerto Rican right-hander, hurls, and Patek. 1-7 and struck Patek out. Oh, he thought he held up, and the umpire said, go back to the bench, young man. 2 outs in the 5th, and now here's Frank White. Walked his first time up. So again, White, a right-handed, young-looking second baseman. 2 outs here in the 5th. Tie game. Yankees out hitting KC 3-2, but we have a 1-1 score. Munson sets the target. Figueroa looks in. The hurler from Puerto Rico. Here's the windup and pitch to White. That's going to be a 6-5. That's a shallow fly right field. Oscar will come in under it, comes in and makes the catch, and the Royals go easily 1-2-3. Let's head to the bottom of the 5th here in New York. It is 1-1. So Busby back out in the 5th inning here. He'll pitch to Nettles, Randolph, and Mason, left, right, left, against the Royals right-hander. Let's look at Busby and his statistics and see what he's able to do and the distances he can. So Busby he's officially a 5, so he could fatigue out in this inning. We'll see if that happens. Healy sets the target. Busby looks in. Here's a pitch to Nettles. Nettles, ground ball to second. Oh, he had a shot. White got it, throws him out. He definitely had a bad pitch. His columns were 1 and 2, and he got the 3. So Busby pitched well around him, gave him kind of a bad pitch, and Nettles swung at it. Here's Randolph. He's 0 for 1. They're finding that Willie has a very disciplined strike zone for a young right-hander. That could be very valuable on top of this Yankee lineup in the future. He is stealing bases. He has 11 so far. He's hitting .342, so a hot start for this young Yankee that got traded over from the Pirates. Healy sets the target. Busby the right-hander, and here's the pitch to Randolph. 3-4. That's a ground ball to short. Patek's got it. Scoops up, throws to Mayberry, and that's 2 outs in the 5th. Here is the shortstop, Jim Mason. Mason flied out his first time up. Again, he's in there to hit righties usually. Doesn't hit lefties much. Busby getting through the 5th pretty well. He may come out and pitch another inning. Royals are definitely getting bonus innings out of him, as anything past 5 for him is bonus for him. As they say, it's dessert after a good dinner. Healy puts down the target. Busby the right-hander. Here's the pitch to Mason. Mason on a 4-10. That's a fly ball center field. That will be an easy play for Otis, the old can of corn. Otis grabs it and snares it, and that's 3 outs for the Yankees here in the 5th. Let's head to the 6th. Major League Baseball game of the week. It's Kansas City 1 and the Yankees 1. It's the Yankees 1 run on 2 hits, 1 run on 3 hits, while the Royals are at 1 run on 2 hits. Jim Wolford, we follow by Otis and Brett, right, left, to hit against the Puerto Rican right-hander, Ed Figueroa. So far through 5 innings of work, he's given up 2 hits, 2 walks, and 3 strikeouts. Munson sets the target. Figueroa looks in. Here's the windup and pitch to the right-hander, Wolford. 4-10. That's a straight pop up the chute. Mason's going to wait for this one. It'll take a second to come down. He may get some raindrops with it, but Mason makes the catch for the first out. Oh, he hit it right up in the air. Again, we do have cloudy, some rain in the forecast. So far, we're able to get this one in. Here is the center fielder, Amos Otis. .262 hitter on the season. 0 for 2 today, including a strikeout. Munson sets the target. Figueroa looks in, shows number 31 to the back when he makes a full turn. Here's the pitch. That's going to be a 5-8. That's a ground ball to short. Mason, that's a tough play. Does he make it? Throws. Got him. Good. Oh, Otis beats it out. And that will be and let's see, is it a hit? Yes, it is. Infield hit for Otis. Mason may have took a step too much. By the time he uncorked it, Otis coming down the line fast and beats it. Now, Otis does have speed. To run on Munson, you're looking at probably about a 1-11. So, and again, if he gets a base hit in the gap, he can run. Here is Brett. He was part of that controversy. Flied out, walked, and then was thrown out on a great play from White, the Mason, the Munson, that prevented the Royals from getting their first run of the ball game. One out here in the sixth, left-handed hitting Brett. Munson puts down the target, Figueroa from the stretch. Run first and one out. Here's the pitch to Brett. That's a 2-9 at the ground ball down the first. Chambliss makes a quick turn, throws the short. Otis with a good slide, and Brett will beat the relay. Again, Brett's on at first now with 2 outs. That's a fielder's choice. And it brings up John Mayberry. Again, usually left-handers have that really good strikes, usually have that good inside-out strike zone over there where they want stuff. You can tell by the last time John was up, he hit that one on a 3-12 double to left field. So he definitely got one where he wanted it in the inside part of the plate. Again, Figueroa cannot make that mistake again. With 2 outs, Brett will be on the move. Munson sets the target, Figueroa from the stretch. Runner on first and 2 outs. Pitch to Mayberry. That is going to be a line drive, and that is caught by Randolph to end this inning. So the Royals leave a runner but can't score. Bottom of the sixth coming up. It is 1-1. So now Mick the Quick, followed by White and Munson. Lefty switch righty to bat against the Royals here in the sixth as Steve Busby comes out and pitches the sixth inning. So Healy sets in the target. Busby looks in. Here's the windup and pitch to Rivers. 5-9. Ground ball to short. Patek in the hole. Looking, throws. Got him. Good play from Patek. Rivers can really run, but Patek uncorked a strike to the big target Mayberry at first. So here's White. He's grounded out twice so far. 0 for 2 in the ball game. Healy puts down the target, and Busby looks in. Here's the big windup to White. 4-7. He draws the walk. That could be a big walk. White on first base. This is going to be 1 out here in the bottom of the sixth. Both teams with 3 hits and both teams with the 1 run. Here's Munson. He scored a Yankee-only run. He singled in the first, struck out in the third. Healy sets the target, goes over the signs. Busby from the stretch. White on at first and 1 out. Pitch to the right-handed hitting Munson. 3-9, shallow center field. Otis is going to come in. He's going to come in, makes the catch for out number 2, and White will have to scamper back to first, and there's 2 outs. Here's the first baseman, Chris Chambliss, 1 for 2, single back in the first. Again, the Yankees try and get back in this game, trying to see if they can get a run across. We do have a 1-1 score here in the sixth, 2 outs. Both teams with 1 run on 3 hits in the ball game. Healy puts down the target. Busby from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Chambliss. 2-8. Nope. Ground ball to third. Brett's going to have it. Let's see which way he goes with it. Does he go the long way? Throws to first. Got him, and that ends the 6th inning. So we go to the 7th. We're tied at 1. So now Howell McRae will bat here in the 7th. He has grounded out and a long double back in the 4th that tied this game up. So now Figueroa pitching the 7th. Both teams 1 run on 3 hits. Again, let's do an out-town scoreboard every 3 innings. So far it is St. Louis and San Diego tied at 3. Pittsburgh all over San Francisco 9-1, while Cleveland and California are at 1-1. Texas leading Detroit 6-4. Baltimore and Minnesota over at the Met 5-5. It is so far the Reds and Expos are at 3-3. The Phillies lead the Braves by a score of 3-1. Astros lead the Mets 4-0, and the Mets have been really hot. And the Cubs lead the Dodgers by a score of 4-2. So now it's McRae, Cowens, and Healy right against Figueroa here in the 7th. Munson sets in the target. Figueroa, the right-hander. Here's the pitch to McRae. 1-4, fly ball into left field. White will come over to make this an easy catch, and does for out number 1. 1 out here in the 7th. So McRae retired, and now here's Al Cowens. So far the ball game, a ground out and a fly out. Munson puts down the sign. Figueroa with the long windup and pitch to Cowens. 3-6. That's a ground ball short. Mason will get this one. Makes the play, and there's 2 outs. This time Mason did not wait. He threw a big strike to Chambliss. So here's Healy. Let's see, maybe they got Healy out of this game. Who do the Royals have As a backup catcher, they have Buck Martinez, who also slaughters left-handers. Bob Stinson. They do have 3, 4 catchers on this team. We'll see if they go to. Let's see if they go to him right now. 2 outs in the 7th, 1-1 score. Munson sets the target. Figueroa, the right-hander, to the right hand hitting Healy. Nope, Healy will bat for himself. 5-7 and struck him out. So that does it. The Royals go 3 up, 3 down. Let's get up and stretch here in New York. It is 1-1. So far, both teams on 1 run on 3 hits. Gamble, Piniella, Nettles, the bat for the Yankees here in the bottom of the 7th against Steve Busby, who is almost in the last innings of work. He can normally go 5, and we're heading to the bottom of the 7th here. Healy sets the target. Steve Busby, the righty to the lefty, pitches to the Gamble. Gamble 2-7. Oh, he is robbed by White on a nice deep line. Oh, White had to go to his right, and he went for it and made a nice leaping play. 1 out in the 7th. Gamble was robbed there. Here is Piniella 0 for 2 with 2 flyouts. Healy sets the target. Steve Busby with the big windup and pitch to Piniella. 5-5. That is a drive to deep left field. That was a 5-4. That ball is gone. Wolford will go back. Takes a step maybe in front of the track. Makes the catch. You don't want to pitch there, but here in Yankee Stadium you can get away with it with the dimensions the way they're at here at the new stadium. 2 outs in the 7th, and here is Nettles, a guy you want to be very careful to with the right field porch. So Nettles, so far in the ball game, has lined out and grounded out, officially 0 for 2. Healy puts down the target. Busby looks in with the windup. Here's the pitch to Nettles. 4-7 and draws the walk. So Nettles is on with 2-out walk, and it brings up the young second baseman Willie Randolph. 39 at-bats, has 13 hits, including a double and 2 RBIs on the young season for the young Yankee second baseman. Randolph 0 for 2. Healy sets the target. Busby looks at Nettles, Mayberry playing behind him, so that opens up the hole between first and second. Let's see if Randolph goes the other way. Here's a pitch to Busby. 3-5. No, ground ball to short. Patek. He'll get the short play, go to White, and that will do it for the Yankees in the 7th. No runs, a walk, and 1 man left. We played 7. We are tied at 1. So now we go with the 8th, and Ed Figueroa stays out there. He'll pitch to White. Pitch to Patek, White, and Wolford. Right, and right here in the 8th. So Figueroa out there again here in the 8th inning has looked really strong so far. Munson sets up the zone, puts down the sign. Figueroa shows his 31 on a complete whirl and pitches. 3-4, ground ball to short. Mason there makes the catch. Figueroa is getting his slider over. He's not getting many strikeouts, but he's not giving up a lot of walks either. He's keeping it. He's keeping everything where he needs to be. Normally, he does have issues with the whip. 94 walks, 119 strikeouts that year. That's going to cause him to have some issues with whip during the season where he'll give up the base runners. But today, he has definitely making one of his best starts of the year. He came off a 9-inning complete game, so he's again, this is his going in his 17th inning of work without being taken out. So he's got to be one of the Yankee workhorses on this staff. Munson sets the target. Figueroa looks in. Wind up to Frank White. 4-5 wide drive to Randolph. Makes the catch. Oh, he had to look back in the glove at that one. That almost took it off. That's 2 outs here in the 8th. Then here's Wolford. And now the Royals have batted all around 27 times. So now they have now batted 1 above the minimum. Wolford here in the 8th with 2 outs. He's popped up 3 times in this game. Munson sets the target. Wolford looks in. Here's the slider away to Wolford. 6-10. That's a fly ball to center. Let's see if Rivers can come up with this. Yankee outfield is not the best. Rivers will come in trying to lay out the glove again. Does he make the catch? Yeah, no, it drops in front of Rivers. It was a trap. Rivers knew it and gets the ball back in. So Wolford's on the single. That's the 4th hit for Kansas City. Extends the inning out. That could give Brett and Mayberry a chance to hit this inning. Now here's Otis. He's 1 for 3 in the ball game. He had a single back in the 6th inning. So now Figueroa has to work around Rivers' mistake here. That ball should have been caught. Munson puts down the target. Figueroa from the stretch. Runner on first and 2 out. Pitch to Otis. 6-11. Ground ball back to Figueroa. Let's see if he makes the play. Does to end the 8th. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 left. We go to the bottom of the 8th. We're tied at 1. And Steve Busby, of all people, is pitching this game into the bottom of the 8th inning. Mason, Rivers, and White left switched about against Busby here in the 8th. Healy sets the target. Busby looks in. Here's the windup and pitch to Mason. 4-5, a pop up straight up. Brett there. He'll call off Matic. Waits, makes the catch for 1 out. So Mason is an 0 for 3. Yankees only have 3 hits in this game so far. Here's Mickey. Rivers is so far 0 for 3 in the game. A ground out in the 1st, 3rd, and 6th inning. He's batting for his 4th time today. Basically, the Yankees and Royals mimicking lineups here. Everyone's gone through the lineup 27 times, and now they're getting to the top of the lineup again, like the Royals did this past inning. So with 1 out here in the 8th, Royals out hitting the Yanks 4-3, but the game remains tied at 1. Healy puts down the target. Busby looks in. Wind up and pitch to Rivers. 4-7 and draws the walk. Let's see if they run on Healy here. I think they're going to. 80% says I think he's going to try to steal it. 1-16. He gets it. So Rivers with a big stolen base. Runner on second and 1 out. Here is Roy White. So White is on base. Yankees had a potential go-ahead run at second with 1 out. Here's White. He'll be fouled by Munson. Healy sets the target. Busby working from the stretch, and they are going to get a new pitcher in there, and they're getting one of their good relievers out there, Steve Mingori. Mingori's a left-hander. He'll pitch to this tough part of the Yankee lineup. The lefty's coming up. He's 1-0, 2 saves, a 1.80 ERA. Only getting about 3 hits in 5 innings, 2 walks and 2 strikeouts. Turning Roy White around. White normally a better hitter against lefty pitching, against righty pitching. So the Yankees have somebody they can turn to here. I'm not sure. They're looking for it. Otto Velez definitely is an option, but you don't want to put a 4 out there. So the Yankees don't really have another one. Pennell at DH limits your moves you can make. Healy puts down the sign. The lefty Mingori from the stretch. Here's the pitch. And the pitch to White. Does it get past him? Let's see what they do. Is that a hit and run? And wait a minute. What do they do? White will try to hit and run. Matic grabs it, gets it out at third. Oh my goodness. Why in the world was Mickey Rivers going with the pitch? As Rivers was going for third, Matic makes the perfect play to Brett, had the plate covered, and applies the hard tag. Oh, there's a little revenge. When Brett was thrown out the plate, Brett had third base perfectly played, applied a hard tag on Rivers, who popped up, and now the Yankees lost their man in scoring position with 2 outs here. Why were they trying to hit and run with the runner on second is my question. That will be asked to Billy Martin, I'm sure, in a press conference. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th. 1-1's your score. And now here's Munson. Usually hits better against lefties. This year he was more of even. Healy sets the target. Mingori from the stretch. Runner on first and 2 outs. Here comes White and gets the steal. White almost got that one standing up against Healy, so White's now in scoring position. We'll see if the Yanks can get White home from second. So a big opportunity for Munson here, and you know what kind of clutch hitter he is. Healy sets the target. Mingori from the stretch. Runner on second, 2 out, pitch to Munson. 3-2, pops it straight up. Munson throws the bat down. Matic waits for it, calls off White, makes the catch, and the Yankees will strand a base runner in the 8th. Let's head to the 9th. It is a 1-1 score. It's now going to be Brett, Mayberry, McCray, left, and right. Now, I don't make changes, so it looks like the computer is going to stick with Figueroa here, and you're pitching to a very tough man in George Brett here. Munson puts the sign down. You have to look at this. The Yankees cannot get a save anymore. So now this is your opportunity for your closer to be in. But with lefty, lefty, righty, we'll see what happens. Figueroa looks in the Brett. Here's the pitch. 1-1's your score. Pitch to Brett, 5-11, and got the inside corner. And Brett, you can tell it's chewing out the umpire. Oh, the umpire pulls the mask off. He walks toward Brett as Brett stays quiet as he enters the dugout. Boy, these umpires had a quick fuse today. Calling the quick strikeouts. That is 1 out. Remember, Munson struck out looking and had a word with him. So far, this umpire is not making friends. Top of the ninth, 1 man out. Mayberry the batter. 1 for 3, a double in the fourth. We'll see what he does. This is a tough situation for Figueroa to be in. Munson sets the target. Figueroa looks in, takes a deep breath. Big wind-up pitch to Mayberry. 5-5. That's a base hit for Mayberry. That's through the right side. Randolph cannot get it. Mayberry's on it first, and we'll see if they run for Mayberry here. Royals like to run the run. We'll see what they do. McRae the batter. McRae right now is 1 for 3, including a long double back in the fourth. Again, we'll take a look at this Royal bench and see who they have. Tom Paquette could be an option. Could have Cookie Rojas, so they have some options. They'll run at first if needed. Munson sets in the target. Figueroa from the stretch. Let's see if the Royals get anything going or make a change here. Nope, they'll pitch to McRae. 2-10, a base hit for McRae. That goes to the right-hand side. Mayberry was going. He'll go to third and does and stops there. Royals with a chance here to take the lead. First and third with 1 out. Mayberry's the go-ahead runner, now 90 feet away. And now here is Al Cowens and Figueroa staying in this game. 1 out in the ninth. Infield in. Nettles and Mason in on the grass. Randolph and Chambliss in on the grass. Munson sets the target. Figueroa from the stretch. First and third, 1 out. Pitch to McRae, and nope, they're going to go to Dirk Tidrow. So Tidrow comes in. He's had a rough time of it, though. He's had given up 8 hits in 3 innings, 4 walks and 5 strikeouts. He's got one of those ERAs that may never come down, 21.60. So he's really struggled. So it's going to be a right on right here. Tidrow in the ball game. He'll then pitch to Healy and then Patek, a couple righties. Tidrow is a lot better in the statistics-wise against other righties. This makes sense. First and third, 1 out. Figueroa out of the game. He's looking on very intently, hoping to keep it out of no decision. Munson sets the target, goes over the sign. Tidrow from the stretch. First and third, 1 out. Pitch to Cowens. 5-4, fly ball right field. That's what he needed to do. Gamble will charge. He'll pivot, and we'll see if he gets a good throw off. Mayberry's going to try to run. Here's the throw. Not in time. And the Royals take a 2-1 lead. We knew it when he got in the air, and that was coming enough to score Mayberry. Gamble tried to take an extra inch to throw. Didn't get that good of a throw off, and Mayberry just trots on home. So now the Royals with a run lead, runner on first and 2 outs. Healy the batter. Royals with a possible chance to win this in the bottom of the ninth. Munson puts down the sign. Tidrow from the stretch. Runner on first and 2 outs to Healy. 1-6 and struck him out, and Tidrow gets out of the ninth inning. But that run belongs to Ed Figueroa. Tidrow unable to hold it. Let's go to the bottom of the ninth. It's 2-1 KC. The Yankees will now send up left, right. Chambliss, it'll be Chambliss, Gamble, Piniella. You can see the Yankees maybe going to a pinch hitter on deck, and then Piniella will bat, and then Nettles is almost the same way. We'll see what happens here. Mingori just needs to get 3 outs. Problem is, Mingori does not have much of a save rating, so he looks. That's why he struggles in these situations sometimes. He does not get a lot of clutch outs. If you can get you 3 of them, that can kind of win it for you. Chambliss will bat left on left. Healy sets the target. Mingori, the left-hander. Here's the pitch to Chambliss. 190, missed it with everything in that column. Oh, baby, White makes the catch. And I mean, Chambliss knew he just missed. He got his pitch, and he grounded out off the side of the bat. So now here's Gamble. You can tell, we'll see if they pull him back for a pinch hitter. One out in the bottom of the ninth. Royals out hitting the Yanks 6-3. Yankees need a run here. Healy sets the target. Mingori, the left-hander, to the left-handed hitting Gamble. Yankees will back Gamble here. 4-7 and struck him out, and that will do it. So now Piniella comes up. A base hit would fatigue out Mingori and potentially knock him out of this ball game. Piniella the bat. Piniella so far has flied out 3 times. Little better hitter against lefties. So we'll see if Piniella can extend this inning and then send up Nettles, the bat in the bottom of here in the bottom of the ninth with a potential winning runner on. Healy sets the target. Mingori looking to save it for Kansas City. And the windup. And pitches to Piniella. 4-10. Fly ball to center. Let's see if Otis can put this away for the game. He comes roaring in. He'll put the glove out. He's not going to let it drop for a base hit. The question is, can he make the play not to give up the error? He does, and that's the ball game. So Kansas City gets the second game of this series. The rain in the forecast possibly does not make the game tomorrow. A possibility they're even saying. So this might be a very short 2-game series. The Royals will now improve to 6-5, and the Yankees will drop to 7-4. Losing pitcher, a tough loser, is Ed Figueroa. 8 1/3, 6 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned, 2 walks. Tidrow, 2/3, not bad. Struck out 1, but he gave up a sac fly, and that was enough. So again, the winning pitcher was Mingori. He got it in relief. He went inning and 2/3 and a strikeout. Busby looked pretty good. 7 1/3, 3 hits. 1 run it was earned, 3 walks and a strikeout. Doubles by Mayberry, McRae, and Gamble. RBIs by McRae, Cowens, and Gamble. Stolen bases by Rivers and White. Sacrifice fly by Cowens, and that was your game winner. So the Royals beat the Yankees in the second game of the series by the score of 2-1 as the Yankees scored a run in the first. Royals came back with a run in the fourth to tie it, and then they took the lead in the ninth with a single run. Again, the Royals 2-6-0, the Yankees 1-3-0. Let's take a look at the schedule for the Monday night games. We'll find out and see what game will be locally in your area before we finalize the game for this evening. So let's see what's on forecast for today. We'll finish the Sunday games before we go there. It looks like the Yankees and Kansas City are not scheduled. There might have been a rain out. So we'll go ahead and play the rest of the schedule for the Sunday afternoon games. Phillies beat Atlanta 2-1. Minnesota over Baltimore 3-1. Cubs beat the Dodgers 7-4. Reds over the Expos 8-3. Mets over the Astros 8-5. Oakland over Cleveland 9-2. Pittsburgh again over San Francisco 8-3. And San Diego over St. Louis 9-7. Let's take a look at your Monday games and see what is available as a Monday Night Baseball game of the week. Looks like we already decided we're going to go to the vet, as it will be the Cincinnati Reds taking on the Philadelphia Phillies. And that looks to be Freddie Norman going to the vet to take on the kitty, Jim Cott. And that will be Monday Night Baseball for this week. As we go to the first week of May, that'll be our next destination for baseball. Again, the day games available. There are going to be 6 games. The Yankees again, and Ed Figueroa will be going to Kansas City. Same matchup, Ed Figueroa taking on Steve Busby. We'll have to look out during the week and see which games are available. We'll have Montreal, Cincinnati. We'll have Milwaukee in Minnesota, Detroit in Chicago. The Cubs will take on the Giants. That's usually a later afternoon. And California will take on Cleveland. Nothing mind-boggling jumping at you unless we show you a replay of this one. Or we may have an Expo Red game. That'll be Gullett and Carthers in that performance. But Monday night's game will be in Philadelphia, the city of brotherly love. Fred Norman will pitch for the world champion Cincinnati Reds, and Jim Kittycott will pitch for the Phillies. And a great Monday night affair, as will be the Cincinnati Reds and the Philadelphia Phillies. Thank you, folks, for appreciate it. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas to all. as we're doing a stream tonight for people to get into for some baseball here in the cold months. A little 55-minute, so that's very nice to have that done. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate it. Please hit your like. Please subscribe. And please able to watch as much of the game as you want, as it helps statistics wise. So thank you. Have a good night. Again, final score, Kansas City beats the Yanks 2-1. Next step will be brotherly love as Cincinnati takes on the Phillies on Monday night. See you then from the Vet.